Hey y'all, yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I love this time of year because I love wearing a sweatshirt. I love the fall colors, even with the sinus issues and the hay fever and things like that. I just love the fall. Um, it's generally, for the most part, dry and comfortable, pretty good racing weather, good horsepower weather. As you can see, we're running the antifreeze through the cart. Next week, right now, today's Sunday, and next weekend out at Grattan, it looks like a low temperature of 28 degrees and a high of only mid to upper 40s. So, we will still go do this thing, but I don't know that I'll be bringing the old hot rod. The water temperature issue we got with the data collection now, it isn't so much that it's running too hot anymore. We just don't know what the real number is. On the gas, we get one number. Off the gas, we get another number. And I don't even think I'm willing to go through the work of swapping out the gauge at this point, because I'm not even going to feel like getting in the car in 40-degree weather. Yeah, I mean, the Corvette track, the WK or Kart, Mars, whoever, CES, they're all jointly running that Corvette track first weekend in November, I think. And they generally get the same thing, upper 20s, below freezing overnight. Into the morning, they go morning practice, 32-degree weather, So there is some benefit to practicing or testing test day in this kind of weather, because you do have to race in it every now and again. But we'll take the zip cart with the Yamaha, and we'll take the four banger that we built up and get it shook down. We'll run those two carts, but it just doesn't make any sense to run this one here. Just doesn't make any sense. So we're gonna put the antifreeze in it and push it back in here. We'll go about working on those other two carts over at my house and get them ready to go. We'll take this one out and put it on the rack here in Richie's garage and just leave it here. Kind of breaks my heart, it really does, because I was really looking forward to diagnosing this issue. I suppose I could just run it with the gauge, the leads swapped like we were ready to run it at Gingerman. You wouldn't think that a bad reading on one side, one of the two temperatures, would be the same on both, If one of them's bad, are both of them bad? We haven't had any erratic, crazy readings. I mean, exhaust, when you let off the gas, it's supposed to drop. So I don't know. I don't know. Don't know what to do. I mean, between now and spring, what do we do? Do we buy a new gauge and put a new gauge, or just start with a new, updated, new model gauge? And what if we spend $500, $600, $700 on a gauge and we still have this problem where we let off the gas, or water temperature drops like EGT? So confused and heartbroken a little bit that the weather couldn't hold out one more week for us, but we'll move on. We'll plug on. We'll move forward. This was a CIK cart, piece of cake to pump water through and pump antifreeze out, pump antifreeze through and pump water out. We basically just took our connection off here, which is where it spills back into the bottle. Took a turkey baster and removed a bunch of water so this fitting wasn't going to leak all over when we drop that hose. We just add on another piece of hose with another fitting. We've got a second piece here. We just jam a piece of tubing in just to make sure, it makes it all the way off the cart. And we turn the pump on and it starts pumping water. And as soon as it starts running dry, we just start pouring the antifreeze in until it starts coming out green. Once it comes out green, we pour some more in just to be sure there's no pockets or cavities that still have water. Make sure it's coming out good in solid antifreeze, and then we shut her down. We'll put it back together, fill the system up, and run it again just to burp all air bubbles and everything out. Make sure it's full of antifreeze. This is 10 below antifreeze. It's not straight 50-50. It's what happens when you start pushing water out. You get, if we used 50-50, we'd end up with about 10 below stuff here instead of 40 below or whatever it is, the 50-50. So we could still collect it and save it. This bit I'll probably just dump. We'll get rid of it. But for the most part, you know, that's what we do when it comes to this time of year. I've had both of these engines, the RVS and this one here, both froze and blew the bottom of the engine out. So we were able to fix this one. The RVS, it was just a temporary thing. Actually, we might have actually froze that one twice. After we had it welded, it broke again and destroyed that bottom end. But this one here we were able to save, so we don't want to, you know, even though it's not the new homologation, it's not the newer one that we have, it's still a good, reliable motor, and it's relatively quick, you know, for what we're racing against around here. So we don't want to damage it. We don't take any chances. Unlike some of these guys, I won't run antifreeze out at the racetrack. We're not supposed to do it. I tell the guys to run the antifreeze out when it gets cold this time of year, and I know some of them don't do it. But you know, if it ever becomes an issue, their ass will be grass. You know, they dump antifreeze on the track, and I'll just fine the living daylights out of them. If it ruins the day for everybody, they're going to end up paying for it financially. So here we are. Beautiful day today. You know, finished up the fenders. Got the second coat. Went out and bought another can from the Advanced Auto Parts to put a second coat on them. Man, those I don't think I could be any happier with how these things turned out. This is the old one. You can really see more of the fiberglass pattern in the old one than you can in the new one. They turned out really good. Yeah, super happy. Beautiful day. Nice. I mean, this would be perfect for us. Perfect day for us to be out at the track. Unfortunately, it's not going to hold up. It's going to get colder as the week goes on. And it's going to be miserable probably up there next weekend. So we'll bring you some updates as the week goes on. We take a look at the weather. If it gets any worse than what we're already looking at, I mean, there's no chance of rain. That's a good thing. But if it gets any worse, we'll probably just put the kibosh to it. We'll just shut it down. So from Rich's RPM shop, we're pumping antifreeze through the go-kart and getting ready to put a blanket on it, I guess. Man, I'm bummed out. Hang in there, y'all. We'll talk to y'all.